Today's topic is about the truth, not our personal truth. We're talking about the truth, the full truth, for what it is in a broad term. How do you know when it's the truth and when it's from personal truth? There's a big difference. Personal truth, usually there's a lot of attachment to it. It's very, you gotta say, grippy. You feel really clingy to it. You feel really like emotional towards it. See, that is more of a false truth. Anything that you really have an attachment towards a certain way of being, it's false. It's going to be false because you're attaching it to it. You're attaching yourself to it. The actual truth is just the truth. There's no attachment whatsoever. It's completely just, that's what it is. It's the truth. Now, perspective has a huge part to play from personal truth and objective truth. Objective truth is the grand scheme of things, looking down from above. You can see it all play out, and it's the truth. Rather than it being the personal truth, where it's more very one-sided and very on the edge. The personal truth mostly just has a lot of emotions towards it, and it actually doesn't help you in many scenarios. The personal truth it can cause a lot of suffering because it's not the full gram scheme of things truth. It's not the full big picture of life. It's just one little section of it that you are choosing to see instead of the big picture. So you get really clingy, attachment, emotions, and it's not good emotions either. It's not like happy emotions. It's very more like just really more negative, more angry, more fearful, more just all these negative emotions that no one really wants to feel. And a lot of it comes down to personal truth, our perspective on life, and the truth, which is the bigger picture. So, perspective, honestly, we're always going to have our personal truths. I don't know of any way to see the full objective truth unless you were like God or everything, because we're just small human beings. We only see what we know, so we don't know that much, so we're always going to be having to redefine and refine our personal truths to more of the objective truth, to the real thing, to the real truth. So it's always like a constant, not really fight or battle. It's more of a constant just refining and redefining who we are and what these truths are, what our personal truths are, and do they still line up to this point. And many of us that go through self-transformation, we have to completely remove and rediscover and rebuild a lot of our personal truths. And it can be a very scary process. It can be very different because this is something we have no idea about. We have absolutely no idea where we're going. We're having to rebuild everything that we once thought knew, we once thought we knew. But now we need to completely just tear apart our old patterns, our old beliefs and old things, and create something different, a whole new reality for us. So your whole world changes. But in doing so, you become more aligned with the objective truth, with the real truth of things, with the real big things in life. The more aligned you are with the objective truth, the less suffering you are going to have, the less pain you are going to encounter, because it's the truth. You know then the truth, then there's nothing to suffer about. You know what it is. But when our personal truths start to get into the way of the objective truth, a lot of pain, a lot of anger, a lot of suffering just comes along, and it's unneeded. But at the same time, we also do kind of need it, because we need to align ourselves back up with the real grand scheme of things, with the real truth so we can keep our, well, health up. If we keep diverging off on our personal truths over and over, and we keep doing the same old negative patterns and repeating all these negative habits, thoughts, ideas, and it just keeps going, it'll just spiral and spiral until it's out of control and you can't stop it. So actually having those negative emotions, I know they don't feel good, and I know it feels like, it's like, why? I don't want to feel this. But actually, the negative emotions are a good thing. They're actually showing you that we're coming off aligned. We're not lining up. We're not lining up properly. We need to change something. And that's where we need to go back to objective truth, which isn't always the easiest process. It can be very heart-wrenching, heartbreaking. It's just destructive, or feels like it's really destructive. But it's more like recreation. Yes, you have to destroy and rebuild, take away your old thoughts, and know that these new ones are going to be much, much better for you. So, yeah, trying to align yourself with the actual truth of things helps in the long run by a hell of a lot. And it keeps you sane. It keeps you mentally good. It keeps you emotionally well, because you know that it's real. It's not fake. It's not the figment of your imagination. It's actually happening. So you can be clear, you can stay grounded, you can be focused, you can feel good, and you can live at ease. Live with peace, with honesty, integrity, with morality, sincerity, a lot of those awesome traits. So, rebuilding and destroying personal truths, I shouldn't say destroying, it's just more recreating. I know it doesn't feel good. I've done it myself, where it feels like you just lost everything. You lose everything. It feels like you lost everything. But then once you feel like you've lost everything, you actually have everything you need to recreate more than what you had. So then you rebuild your truths, you rebuild your morals, you rebuild your things, and you get back up stronger than you were when you were on the ground. You come back stronger, you come back harder, you come back faster, and yeah, it's much, much better for you in general. So aligning yourself with the objective truth is something that it's just what we need to do. A lot of us might not. A lot of us delay it, or we don't know how to deal with it. We don't know how to go through it, because it can be a very, heart-wrenching process, because everything you thought you knew, your mind just goes freaking crazy, because it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. And that can be very, very, very scary. So that's really all I have to say. I'm not going to prolong this any longer, because I feel like now I'm just going on and on. So I really do hope you have a good rest of your day. My name is Isaac Whipple, and I just do videos more on self-improvement, ascension. I just kind of give talks, do advice, do stuff like that. And I just share stuff what I've learned along my journey. I've been going through self-improvement for about a year and a half now. It all started back in August of 2019, and it's only been getting better since. So I want to share this knowledge, I want to share this message that I have for you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.